What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Far Cry 6 video. And in today's video, what I'm going to do is give you tips and tricks to increase your quality of life within the game. These are going to be tips and tricks for every aspect of the game, and if there's something that you think I might have missed, let me know in the comment section below, and I will try to help you to the best of my ability. Now, this isn't going to be like a 2-second video. I am going to thoroughly explain these different tips and tricks and why I think this will help you in your game and, your overall quality of life while playing this game. Now, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, support the video. If you are new to the channel and you want to support, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section below. I'm happy to help you guys. Now again, this is tips and tricks to increase your quality of life of the game, assuming that you're within the, 0 to 1 day of gameplay in this game. I think if you're anything past that, a lot of these will be remedial, but if not, still, I'm glad to help. Alright, so here we go, tips and tricks, Far Cry 6. So starting off with your character. Now, my character, is wearing the same outfit that I've had the entire time I've played this game, to be honest. Once I found this gear set, and I will make a completely separate video on this, just about the gear set, but this is my favorite gear set in the game, and I highly recommend you guys look out for it. It is the Parkour gear set. Now, the way to get this, and my #1 tip and trick, is to get this gear set. You can go through this very first island in the game that you play, and what you are doing is you are looking for the loot boxes. Let me try to show you. So you can see these boxes right here, the Libertad crates, and then also the F&D caches. Those will give you gear items, weapons, stuff like that, materials. Now, more importantly, if you do that on this very first island that you play, you can get this parkour set. Now, the reason I am making this my #1 tip and trick of the video is because let me just explain to you what this set does. Now, this is crucial while playing this game, throughout the entire game. Now, just for the headgear, it improves your maximum stamina, so your character doesn't get tired as fast. The chest piece improves your stamina recovery, so now your stamina lasts longer and you get it back faster. Your legs greatly improve your movement speed after sliding. Now that, it has like a little indication and timer on it, and it shows you every time you proc it, and your character starts sprinting, and it's not for a couple seconds, it's for a pretty prolonged time. Now, the foot gear improves your movement speed already. So your feet or your shoes improve your movement speed, and then if I slide because of my leg gear, I get more movement speed on top of that. Not only that, but looking at the wrist gear, this improves your movement speed when all of your weapons are holstered. So now you have 3 different buffs, or 3 different perks or talents that help your movement speed. Not only that, but the other 2 remaining talents improve your stamina and your stamina recovery. So this is all about movement within this game. Now, the reason why I'm making this a tip and trick is because once you get this set, going to different side missions, going through the city, going through the beach side, just overall playing the game, having this movement speed really makes the game quicker. It makes it feel a little different. Taking off this gear set, you're going to feel much slower, and I'll show you exactly what I mean right now. So just going outside of this guerrilla camp, I can go to first person and show you how I use this set. Now, it's only going to be for a quick second, and then I'm going to go to the next tip and trick. Alright, so let's go beside this house. Alright, so here we go. Now, using a different gear set, let's just say, I don't know, this one. Okay, so running, you can see it's fairly slow. Okay, now this is just typical running. You can see how the trees are moving slow, everything's moving pretty slow, and this is it. This is as fast as I can run. Alright, now taking that off and putting back on the parkour set. Okay, so here's just with a weapon. You can see that the movement is already quicker. But then it said if I take off the weapon, and now you can see he's moving a lot quicker. Look at this. This guy's the Flash. So not only that, but the other perk was to slide. And you can see now I get even more movement speed. And look how fast he's going. All the way back into camp. Wasn't that cool? And then that indicator stays with you the whole time. So that's why that's my number one tip and trick so far is the gear set parkour. Make sure you look for the parkour gear set. Parkour, just in case you don't know how to spell it. Now I'm going to make a separate video just on this gear set later on, but that is it. Remember, you can find that on the first island. Just make sure you loot those caches. Alright, moving on to the next one. Weapons. The number one attachment I think you should craft on a weapon to improve just about anything is going to be the optic socket, the reflex sight. It is a typical red dot sight, and this will increase your accuracy, increase your headshots. This will just help you shoot the weapon overall. Do not get stuck on the iron sights. Don't try with the, the heavy magnification sights. Just go with the reflex, normal red dot, and you are good to go. This makes life a lot easier when using your weapons. Let's see. Now, that is for your gear, your weapons. Alright, so the next part is going to be your amigos. Now, if you did watch my review video on Far Cry 6, you'd know that one of my cons in this game, or one of my, bad things that I didn't really like as much in this game, were the amigos. Reason being is these amigos, if you let them just sit there on autopilot, they will go out to enemies, they will walk near enemies, and sometimes this will completely destroy every aspect of stealth. So for all of you that like to do those stealth kills and like to, just run through missions without really being detected, here's going to be a great tip and trick for you. Let's see, I'm going to go outside again. Alright, so you can tell your buddy to go places. Now, for instance, right now I have Chichiron, the rooster. So if I'm not telling him where to go, he will just go on autopilot and go wherever he wants. So what I did for the game, and I know I might get some hate for this, is if you hover over your amigo, you have the option to dismiss your amigo. So hold A, and that's it. Now you don't have your amigo. And this increases your stealth. It increases, I don't know, just about everything. I'm not a fan of the amigo system within this game. I think that it alerts more enemies than it kills, and it makes my life a little bit harder, especially when I'm just trying to run and gun and be stealthy. Alright, so that is that. So now we've talked about gear, weapons, amigos. Now let's talk about your ride. This was another aspect of the game that I was not too pleased with, but I have found, workarounds. Now, one of them is driving. If you haven't noticed yet, within Far Cry 6, driving is pretty much a single note. Now let me call in my car and I will tell you. Here we go. Call in vehicle. So one of my pet peeves is the driving mechanic for this game. It is only the driver point of view, and with that, it's really hard to see certain things, especially when you're driving uphill, going through heavy turns, things like that. Now, the only tip and trick I have, and I'll show you in this vehicle, is you need to move your eyes, move your camera view. So on console, this is your right joystick. Now, I know for a lot of you, it is hard to drive and move that joystick while actually driving straight, but if you can do this, you'll be able to see a lot more of what's going on, and you'll be able to judge, if you want to take, that turn or not. For me, it just helped out, I don't know, driving a little bit, because at first I was just keeping the camera steady and just driving like I would normally drive. But then I noticed that it was almost like driving with tunnel vision. So I started moving around that camera, and as soon as I did, I was able to drive a lot faster through, certain roads and get out of sticky situations quicker in a vehicle. That is still one of the least favorite parts of the game for me, just because I don't like that point of view driving. I would rather, different, camera angles like Forza, but obviously we all know it's Far Cry. Alright, so that is Gear, Weapons, Amigos, Rides. Now let's talk about just map and certain aspects of your camp. So looking at my map, this is the very first guerrilla camp that you enter in the game. Now first you have to go through that first initial island. Now remember, in this island you can get that parkour gear set that I highly recommend. But after you complete that island, you'll unlock the HQ, and then it sends you directly to Costa del Mar. Now there you unlock your very first guerrilla camp. It's the Montero Farm. Now the reason I keep harping about your first guerrilla camp is because doing these first, as soon as you unlock these camps, is crucial on your gameplay. And I'll explain why right now. So if you see in the middle of your screen, it has all the different things within your guerrilla camp. The top of which says Camp Facilities. So I have two different facilities here maxed out, and both of these facilities I highly recommend you upgrade and craft first in the game. So let's look at that. Now, in order to craft these camp facilities, you have to go to my man here with the hammer icon over his head. Talk to the foreman. You talk to the foreman, and these are the two that I highly recommend you build first in Far Cry 6. First of which, the Hideout network. This one is huge. Now, building this one up, it gave you different safe house locations that you could buy with pesos. Now you can, right here it says it gave you 3 different holdout locations, and it would equip these certain items. And then for this one, it says now it's available, vehicles are near your hideouts, and different cache locations. And then finally for this one, Supreme Recharge, Supply Crate. So it's upgrading all of these safe houses that you have access to. So once you craft that from the foreman, this is the guy right here. Now, when you talk to the chief network guy, he will give you all of these hideout locations for sale. Remember that you can buy them with the yarn pesos. Now, what these look like on your map are all of these guerrilla hideout icons. They look like houses. And the cool thing about it is you can buy every single guerrilla hideout in the game just from that one guy. So you don't have to sit here and go through the entire map. You can simply buy these guerrilla hideouts from this guy, and it will unlock this in every single part of the map. Now you can see from any of these gorilla hideouts, you can airdrop, you can fast travel, and when you do, and you have never been there before, there will be a person there to talk to, and they will start unlocking these checkpoints, these side missions, things for you to do. Now this kind of goes into my next tip and trick, but I needed to explain to you the safe house trick first, because the next one kind of correlates with it. So first and foremost, you want to build the hideout network from your foreman. Make sure you upgrade it, talk to the chief scout, and buy all of the hideout locations. Do that and you'll be able to airdrop and fast travel anywhere on the map from those hideout locations. Now the next thing that you need to build from your foreman is the Bandidos barrack. Now what this does is it enlists recruits and gives you gear that you can purchase. Now I'll repeat that last part. It gives you gear that you can purchase from the recruiter. So that's the important part within this game, is that if you have enough pesos, you can come over here to the Bandido recruiter and she will give you gear that you can purchase. And all of that is just by spending Yaran pesos. You do that and you'll get a whole bunch of different gear sets, and it's just right there at your fingertips. Now, that's the end of that tip and trick. Is once you unlock your first gorilla camp, you need to go to the foreman, you need to build the hideout network, that way you can get all the different safe house locations, and then you need to build the Bandido recruiter center, that way you can purchase all of the extra gear and items from that vendor. Now the next tip and trick goes into how you're going to get those pesos, because I'm sure a lot of you are like, man, how in the world am I going to get all of those pesos to unlock all of those safe houses and buy all of that gear? Well, it's pretty simple, and the answer is at this gorilla camp in the rooster fighting, or can I say cockfighting? Yeah, it's cockfighting. It says cockfighting in the game. It says right there, play cockfighting. So what this is it's basically like a Tekken style fighter with roosters. And not only that, but when you get to the max difficulty, you can win 500 pesos with one match. So each match, it probably takes, I don't know, about a minute, maybe 2 minutes tops per match. And with so you can get 500 pesos. Boom, boom, boom. You collect all of those, you can buy the hideouts and buy all of this special gear without even leaving this gorilla camp. And it's actually pretty fun to play with all the different types of roosters, and I don't know, it's comedic. I like it. Alright, so that is that tip and trick to get pesos quick, is to play the side games that are at the gorilla camps. Alright, so back to the map. So I wanted to tell you about how to get these hideouts, because getting these hideouts, you will find someone that will give you locations for checkpoints. Now, these checkpoints are all over the map. You will find them like more times than not. They're all over the map. Now, these checkpoints are very important to the game. Now, when you take over these checkpoints, they will give you locations to F&D bases. And these are the icons for that, the F&D bases. Now, when you take them over, they'll go from red to blue, and just like all of these other icons. So the easiest way to progress through this game is you get to your first gorilla camp, you unlock the hideout network, you purchase all of the gorilla hideouts across the map, and then that way it gives you the location to the checkpoints. When you take over the checkpoints, it will give you that F&D base location. Taking over these F&D bases will progress your story mode as well. So this is probably the quickest way to get through the game. You get the hideouts, you get the checkpoints, you get the F&D base, and you're good to go. Go on with the story. Pretty simple. But yeah, so there's that tip and trick to progress through the game quicker as well. Now, my last tip and trick would be about flying. So this is going to be my last tip and trick. Now, for all of these locations, you can do either fast travel or airdrop. In my review video, one of my pet peeves was the way that they would airdrop your character. Meaning, sometimes I would have a location pointed out and pinned. I would hit airdrop, like so, and it would set me up backwards to the target. So that I'm like doing this slow turn in air, and it was just upsetting. So right now the target is behind me. You can see the indicator. So what I do now is I close, I change, boom. So you close, rotate, open back up. You don't really lose any, feet in altitude. That way you can still fly to that target. So what I did is I closed the flying suit, I rotated my character, and then I opened it up really fast. Doing that, it makes it really easy. You're right on target, you know where you're going, and you're happy with flying. This has changed my entire experience while doing these airdrops, because now I am dead on location every time, and it's pretty quick. Now, the next little tip and trick I want to show you is with flying again, because this is a huge part of the game, for me particularly. Now, say you want to fly to a location and you airdrop right next to it. Let me try to show you a good example. Okay, so here is a good example. I'm going to airdrop right next to it at this F&D base, and I'm going to show you the problem with my solution. So airdropping right next to your location, let's see if it, alright, so now I'm sideways, so close, rotate, boom. Alright, now it shows that that checkpoint is red, but as you can see, I'm flying off into the distance, the horizon is the water, and my airdrop is, well, it's about to be under me. So I am about to overfly my location, right? So what I do in this particular situation is I use my right analog, I look down, okay, I'm right above the target, and I close. And it looks like you're about to die. And then you pull the chute last second, and all of a sudden you're here. You're at your location. It's pretty instant, to say the least. So let's see if I can show you a better one. Alright, so I will go to this checkpoint and airdrop from the F&D base. So again, a lot of these little tips and tricks for flying, it's closing or opening your wingsuit. Alright, so where's my location? To my right. So close, rotate, open, boom. Alright, so now it's showing I'm about to pretty much land directly on target. So I'm going to just keep flying straight. Now there's no reason to, rotate or do like, orbit flying where you're flying around it. All you do is simply get directly over your target where you want to land. You can see that while using your counter. And I'm there, so close and open. Boom. And I'm here. No need to fret, no need to freak out, do some crazy turns. It makes flying a lot easier to accomplish. But alright everyone, that is all for my tips and tricks. I hope you enjoyed it. I went over gear, weapons, amigos, rides, flying. I went over the guerrilla camp, how to get pesos, how to get your hideout locations. I even showed you how to get, different gear from the recruiter. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Support the video, please. If you want to be a member of the channel, you can subscribe. And if you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments section below. But alright everyone, take care, have a good one, and have fun playing Far Cry 6. I am Kamikazevondoom, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.